Hello again, and welcome to another traditional draft of Strixhaven. I had a couple of days of no videos publishing because, well, summertime is sometimes quite busy for me, and I didn't really have time to play Magic Arena at all. So I also ran out of my previous recordings, so I just couldn't upload any new content. But at least when the next set releases, the adventures in Forgotten Realms, I will definitely be drafting that a lot, and I will have a daily upload in when that happens. Okay, so what is the pick here? I see a couple of decent options, and while Rutha is a two-color card, it is such a powerful card. I think it is the pick here. The rare is not very exciting. I think the field trip might be my first pick out of the commons. If let's say Rutha was something bad, I think I might first pick the field trip here. I really think this is the key card in both of the green archetypes, and it's just a very nice learn card. Okay, so someone passed a learn light scribe to me, and let's see. Okay, the pack has lessons still left, also the uncommon lesson, but the uncommon lesson is not in the actual lesson slot. Only the common, rare, and mythic rare lessons are in the lesson slot. So this means no one took like a mascot exhibition from this pack. And we also have the mystical archive card in here, so there was no crazy. Basically, no one took a rare or mythic rare over this card because both the lesson and the mystical archive card are here. And I see one uncommon is missing because this, of course, takes a common slot. So someone took an uncommon over Leonin Lightscribe, and I can't imagine the set has an uncommon which would be better than this card as a pack one, pick one. This is just an insanely good rare. I'm happy to pick it. It of course doesn't work with Roots, but who cares if you get this pick 2, you have a very good chance to maybe. It's easily possible that this archetype will be open here. I mean anything with white, whether it's black, white, or um, white, red. Because if someone passes this, they are not gonna pick white cards. I can't imagine. Why would they pass this kind of white card and then move into white? Well, anything is possible, of course. However, this pack is a pretty awkward one, because the Light Scribe is fantastic, but the pick to go with it is basically Lash of Malice for Witherbloom. No, sorry, Silver Quill, which would be fine, but it's not really that amazing. There's an expressive iteration that I would pick over the Frost Trickster. I like the Dina a lot, but yeah, I mean, if I want to follow up with the Light Scribe with something, it would be the Last of Malice, but it's not good enough. It is a good card, but uh, given that I have the root, I think I take the iteration. It is pretty fantastic card. Okay, what happened? Okay, just whatever. Everything is fine. I got the card I wanted. Okay, and then I got an eliminate here. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. What should I do here? Because eliminate would still go with the light scribe, but I don't. Well, okay, this is a good black card. Yeah, I can't say black and white isn't open, but maybe white isn't open after all. Maybe someone did pass this, and it's possible that to their right, white is just not open to this direction at all. I don't know if I should take an eliminate here. Maybe I should continue with Prismari, but the options there are pretty weak. There's a blood researcher too. Well, no, I would take eliminator over that. If I take a black card, it's gonna be the eliminator. Maybe I should take it. And the red cards are okay, but not really that good. I'll just take the eliminate just in case some crazy good silver quill will be passed to me, and maybe if Prismari isn't as open as I would like it to be. For example, this pack doesn't have anything amazing for Prismari. The Battle Seer is not good. Spell Satchel could work in Prismari, but should I try it? I haven't really played with it. The Silver Quill card, I think it would still be a Spiteful Squad. I do like the Mage Hunter quite a bit, but I think I would take the Spiteful Squad for Silver Quill, but I haven't actually tried the Spell Satchel. This could be an opportunity to try it, and in Prismari it is that's one of the better archetypes to make this thing work. So maybe it's a late into the format. This is going to be active for a little bit over a week now. So maybe I should try this card before the format ceases existing. Okay, and now I get nothing. Well, okay, I do get the Silver Quill Campus, which would be a fantastic card for the black and white deck, but the quality of other black and white cards in this pack is pretty weak, so I should maybe just try to stay in this archetype, in this blue-red Prismari. Now, do I take the Warden or the Thrill of Possibility? Copying this with Ruta is actually quite nice because the additional cost is the discard a card. If you copy this, you just get to draw 2 cards for free, but I think I'll still take the Warden here. It's quite important for these kind of slow Prismari decks. Okay, what's this? Am I gonna take the Soothsayer Adept? I think I might. I don't like it in most decks, but in some decks, I mean the one deck or archetype where I think it's okay is the Prismari because the defensive stats are completely fine when you are trying to just win the long game. So the 2 mana 1/3 blocks some early stuff, and even if it doesn't kill anything by itself, it can participate in some double blocks. With 3 toughness, it might not be a blowout. And I don't know if the other cards in this pack are not that great. Prismari definitely isn't super open here. I mean, I have some blue cards here, some red cards, but not maybe too amazing. Why is this Master Symmetrist here? This is a very good card. I think my previous deck or some very recent Strixhaven draft, I went 3-0. It was a traditional draft, I think, and it had 3 of these. 3 Master Symmetrists, and they are just fantastic. Okay, whatever. I'll take the Snow Day. It's a completely reasonable card here to pick. Okay, so maybe the both of these are here. I mean, this is the combination. Rust Rebirth is good to run if you have Biocrops in your deck, because this thing has a mana value of 2, so you can easily get this. When any creature, whether it's your own or opponent's one, is about to die, if its mana value is 3 or higher, you will get a free Biocrop. Well, it's not a free, but a 2 mana Biocrop. No matter what, I'll take the strategic planning. I don't usually like it, but now that I have a spell Satchel and Ruta here, it is actually a card worth considering to play. Okay, some black-white here, but I think I kind of went past that. I will just be Prismari here. I will cut the Light Scribe, I will cut the Eliminate here, and these are the cards I'm going to consider now. Teach by example. I don't have anything too amazing to copy with it. I don't like the Fuming Effigy here. I like it in the red-white deck because it can have some spirit synergy, not this deck. I think while the Teach by example is fine, I'll just take 20 gems. I'm greedy like that. Okay, now I'll take, I think, a Tome Shredder. The general is not the greatest 2-drop in the Prismari. It is quite nice in the low hold, but I take the Shredder. It can grow quite a bit in this deck. Okay, fine. Let's take the 5-drop Pennant, whatever. Okay, let's hope to get something good. Well, there is Hall of Oracles. Very tough to pass that. I think my choice after the Hall of Oracles here would be the Elemental Summoning, actually. Because this is a fairly weak pack, not counting these rare. Of course, they are good cards for some other colors, but not for the blue-red archetype. But Elemental Summoning would be a completely reasonable first pick when you already are blue-red. But Hall of Oracles is just very good, so let's take it. I mean, you get free +1/+1 counters, and even though this thing adds colorless mana, it has the second ability, so by paying 1 extra mana, you can actually even fix your mana. But yeah, it does mean you pay 1 extra mana, so you can cast a 3 mana card by using 4 lands total. So it's not optimal, but it's still a lot better than if it didn't have the second ability at all. Okay then, well, there are decent options. There are better options for other colors than mine. Am I supposed to change my colors? I don't think so. So not caring about the Apprentice, the Umbrella Duke, Mage Duel, which are quite nice cards. There's the Mentor's Guidance, there's Illustrious Historian for it as a true 2-drop, and of course Environmental Sciences, which actually has no learn cards yet to combine with it. It is really decent. I do like the Mentor's Guidance though now because I have the Spell Satchel. So you get 2 copies with this easily. So it kind of works nicely with the Spell Satchel. Usually you get the creature types. This Science is very good, but I have no learn cards. I'll take the Guidance, yeah, whatever. It might be a mistake to pass the science and Environmental Sciences there, but I have no learn cards, so I really don't. It's not that great if you don't have learn cards. I mean, you just won't be able to play it at all, or fetch from your sideboard. Okay, here another Rust Rebirth. I could have gone deep in with a Bloom maybe if I took like the, I don't know, some, I don't know what should I have, how the draft would have gone if I took somehow black and green cards. I did have the very late Master Symmetrist in pack 1, so maybe I could have considered it. Anyway, Fractal Summoning is the only reasonable pick here, so let's take it. Another Mentor's Guidance, I won't be picking that. I think I need cheap interaction, and Shock is quite nice. Also very easily copyable by the Ruta here, so let's take it. Hope to maybe get something like a Prismatic Campus back, but let's just take the Shock here. Strixhaven Stadium. Well, it is a win condition. Kinda. If you are very defensive, you can win with this thing. I have one Adept here, Soothsayer Adept. I'm not going to play two. Fine, let's take the Stadium. This is also one card I actually haven't had in my deck. Not once in this format. This is like draft number, 91 or so. And I have played some sealed decks events. I think I haven't had this card in my deck. Not even once. Alright, so there are some nice black and white cards. Well, one nice black and white card, but actually the Pledge Mage is very good too. But yeah, this deck takes the Elemental Masterpiece. It's very decent Prismari card. Another Spell Satchel. Am I gonna go? Now that would be very interesting to take it, but I think it's time to just take the Frost Trickster. It's still good, even though it doesn't necessarily synergize very well with the cards. It's still good. Alright, so again, I have no learn cards. There is like a first day of class, which is one of the worst learn cards in the set, and doesn't really function that well with this deck. I think I'll take the start from scratch and hope that I actually find a learn card. And maybe I will take a first day of class if nothing else. Okay, it's maybe time to take the Teach by example. Although I have only like a Shock to copy, and most of the stuff I have here aren't really that great when you copied. You know what, I'll take 20 gems because I don't think a Teach by example is that great in this deck. Now, am I supposed to take a random 2-drop just because I don't have a lot of 2-drops? Yeah, the 4/3 for 4 is not really great in this deck. Let's take the 2-mana card. And I guess I could take the letter, but hey, I get these 20 gems here. I'll take all of those. And here, Carinian Ignis has only the Elemental Masterpiece. I think it's time to take the Teach by example. Hope to find something like a, I don't know, a couple of more burn spells that are, you know, not maybe the 5-mana ones, but some cheap ones. Yeah, this archetype definitely isn't open now. I got the spell satchel. Should I play 2 of those? We will see. Alright, so, okay, at least there's something there. Well, there's a Quandrix command, which is actually something you could splash. But since I didn't even take the Environmental Sciences, not that I have learned cards for it, but I could still find them. Splashing for this thing would be somewhat reasonable, but maybe I just should take the Pledge Mage. Have some 2-drops here, and I don't know how do I win with this deck, but yeah, let's take the Pledge Mage. Body of Research. Okay. Well, there is one learn card. I have, in terms of lessons, I have the Fractal Summoning. I have a start from scratch. Don't think I have anything else. There's expanded anatomy, but I would usually like to have it. But since I don't have any learn cards, I don't think I'm gonna prioritize it too highly. The Quandrix Pledge Mates, on the other hand, yeah, that'll be good. Maybe I will get something like a Thrill of Possibility back. Oh, actually, I didn't see the Arcane Subtraction. I would take this over the Study for this deck, but I think I still take the Pledge Mates. This can actually grow quite nicely. And then a disappointing pack. Yeah, really disappointing pack. What I'm supposed to even take here, like a Bookworm and Splash for it. It's so tough. I didn't even take... I have no Splash enablers here. These things only add colorless mana, so that doesn't help in splashing. Man. So, am I supposed to? I just don't like this card here at all, not for this deck. Assistant, maybe. No, I'll take the 20 gems. It seems like this is a Rainmaker draft, so I will take some value where I see value. Okay, Pop Quiz, easy pick. Now, the Wormhole Serpent would be okay too, but it's a bit better actually in Quandrix when you just can have these big fractals, make them unblockable. This deck has like at most 4 power creatures. This is not so great in that case. 5 mana 3/5 is an okay blocker, but nothing amazing stats. But the pop quiz at least allows me to find these lessons I have picked here. And maybe I'll take the Spectacle Mage. It makes at least a masterpiece cheaper, Snow Day cheaper. It's fine. Let's take the Spectacle Mage. Not like, well, yeah, there's another 20 gems, but Spectacle Mage is good enough to just pick here. Okay, Pigment Storm, definitely fine card here. I actually don't have that many expensive cards even, so it's not like my curve can't take a 5 mana removal spell. Yeah, let's take the Campus now. Good to have some mana fixing. Okay, now I will take the Masterpiece here. Would be funny to play 2 of these cards, but yeah, definitely take the Masterpiece. This is giving me some benefit from the, ramp. Come on. This ramp that I have here available. Okay, Sudden Breakthrough, not interesting. Introduction to Prophecy, I'll take that over 20 gems. This is something I could actually want to get from my sideboard. Using my only learn card. How many lands I have here? 2. So that's 24 non-land playables. I suppose I'm gonna cut one of the spell satchels. It's pretty easy decision here actually. I will play all the other ones here. Okay, I got the Arcane Subtraction back. I would also like to have the Thrill of Possibility. It's good with the Teach by example, good with the Rutha, but the Subtraction can at least. It's another learn card, which will be fine. First day of class, I don't need it anymore because I have 2 learn cards now already. I think I'll take the Resculpt. It's an okay sideboard card against a removal heavy deck. Reject can be sideboarded. This is a best of 3 event. I might want to have access to a 4 mana 4/3. But let's see. Soon I will see what I'm gonna cut here. This won't be good because I have no way to pump its power. Look at all these rares I picked. 140 gems. Of course, this is a traditional draft, so 140 gems is pretty much nothing compared to the kind of jumps the prices go in this event. So it goes from 0 gems to 1000 gems into 3000 gems. So 140 is not a lot compared to Premier Draft, where it actually might even almost be equal to 1 win, depending on at what stage of event you get the win. Alright, so I will play 1 spell satchel here. I will play the Strixhaven Stadium just to, test them. I haven't played with either of those cards. And yeah, this sideboard does not have cards. I'm going to main deck. Let's see the lessons just in case I didn't forget anything. Yep, these 3 lessons are fine options to have. And I have 2 learn cards. The Subtraction and the Pop Quiz. Okay, it's fine. Well, I mean, yeah, it's fine that I have at least those 2 learn cards to get my lessons, but of course this is not like a this is not a deck that wins by, you know, the learn lesson synergy, but there's some of that there, so that's good. Okay, let's see the amount of 2-drop, I mean actual 2-drops I can play on turn 2, and that affect the boards in in some way. So Prismari, Pledge Mage, Adept, Befuddler, that's like 3, then there's a Shock. I don't think I can cut these, you know, mediocre 2-drops here, just because I do want to have access to turn 2 plays. But I do need to cut something. I'm going to play 17 lands in this deck for sure. The Fuming Effigy isn't great, but it's basically a card I might have to play just because I don't have a lot of stuff for the late game. The same goes for the Battle Seer. It's not a great card, but I want to have some of these, you know, 4 and 5 drops in here, especially because I have 2 cards that just ramp me up. But yeah, I do have to cut something. Let's first check the Mentor's Guidance, so it cares about Cleric, Druid, Shaman, Warlock, Wizard. 4 Wizards, 1 Druid, 3 Shamans. Who is the Druid? The Pledge Mage, the Quandrix. Yeah, okay, so that's enough ways to get the second second copy of it, or the, should I say, first copy. Or anyway, strategic planning. This is mostly in the deck just to, I don't know, to get a mage craft, maybe copy with root. Although copying it is not that great, it only nets you a card. I think I will cut that one. I do have the expressive iteration and the pop quiz here anyway. And this would be, yeah, the Infuriate isn't that great for this kind of a deck, but it is a 1 mana trick. Not sure. I really don't want to play these 2-drops, but I guess I have to. I'm thinking about cutting the Infuriate after all. I would still have 10 instant and sorceries, and of course those couple of lessons I can fetch. I can rebuy one of those things. Yeah, I think the spell satchel isn't actually that great in this deck, but I will try it anyway. So maybe I just should cut the Infuriate. Anyway, this is a best of 3 draft, so if I want to sideboard the Infuriate in, I can still do it. So let's do it like this. The Campus goes in, and the Hall of Oracles goes in, and the rest will be a combination of island and mountains. I suppose I have a double blue card in here. Double red, but it's a 5 mana card. This is a 3 mana card. So it feels like I want to have more blue. I have even more blue cards, so that's pretty easy. Because I have 15 basic lands to add. So I will have 8 islands. And 7 mountains. Like so. Okay, that is actually a reasonable hand. On the play, it doesn't matter that much that I'm going to miss a 2-drop here. Of course I can, well, if the first card on top of my deck is a 2-drop, then I don't miss a 2-drop, but other than that, I'll be doing that. And I'm not going to create a treasure token here. What I'm gonna do here though is I try to, okay, it's a Prismari, so I should definitely just try to win with this thing. So what it says, put a point counter on this thing when you tap it or my creature deals damage. And then it loses. Okay, so who knows? Maybe I will win with this thing. If the opponent has a too slow of a deck. Well, that can become unblockable, so that's annoying. Alright, so okay, if I want to leave the subtraction up, I should actually... Maybe I'll just attack here. Yeah, I will attack here, of course. I get a additional counter on this thing. If they block, Arcane Subtraction does its thing. They might even block because this also, can increase in size. Now they might have a removal, so they might just take damage here and then remove this thing. But if I played the Spectacle Mage, I wouldn't have mana up for the blue spell here. Trickster, okay. Now I could, make this go, but they have flyer and all that. I'm not currently winning with the stadium here. That's not a consideration. I don't even need to care about it too much. I can only play one spell because I have only one blue mana available. So let's play the effigy and see if they're gonna make this unblockable somehow. But yeah, the flyer means that they have ways to remove counters from this thing. That is a very good one. So it will lose 2 counters now, and the opponent gets some fresh cards. Hopefully I will find my second blue at some point. I want to be able to cast the Snow Day. And I can just try to raise them. Of course I will be able to, get counters here too. Now that was good. Island is fantastic. I can play the Spectacle Mage and have the Arcane Subtraction up here. So let's just deal damage to them for now. Now I do realize I could just tap them, but I'd rather play the Spectacle Mage and have the subtraction up here. If this thing survives, I can actually play the 4/4, even if I don't draw a land. That's fine. Okay, so start from scratch doesn't really do a whole lot here. I'll take the fractal here. And I even got to eat it for free. They had a lot of cards and 3 mana, so I was maybe a bit surprised they actually had nothing to prevent that from happening. Okay, so I will be playing the Masterpiece. I'm just figuring out if I want to offer the trade here. I think I do. Now I know I have Snow Day. I could just play the Snow Day and deal 8 damage, get 8 counters because I can tap it here too. It's very tempting actually. But I might just do it on the next turn when I have the masterpiece tokens here. So here's what I do. I will attack with these things. And if they block the effigy, I will actually use the Tome Shredder right away, because then I can ping an additional point of damage to them. I don't need the subtraction here. Burying books. That's okay. I still have the 7 mana. I would have cast the masterpiece pre-combat if I didn't draw the land, but now that I did, I can still cast the masterpiece here. Okay, that's not really a big deal. Oh, another masterpiece. That is good. Now I know I do have a victory if they have nothing, but I feel like they have another burying books there. So this becomes a 4/4. It's fine. I play another one of these. I'm not in a hurry here. They actually have to deal, because the stadium does get 1 counter a turn anyway. Of course, you have to. You don't get to win if you just tap this for the 10th counter. You only get to win if you manage to connect with the creature. But that's still. I mean, if I get this to high enough amount of counters, that's gonna be easier to win just by trying to connect with some creature here. So I assume they are gonna. Okay, let's see what they're gonna exactly do here. Burying books number 2, yep. Okay, that happens. And that was just a jump block. Good, and then I will play more of these guys. And I have now the couple of things to eat with the Shredder here. So now if they just tap out, they will lose the Snow Day, most likely. But are they ever going to tap out? That is fine. And they tapped out, so they will lose now. This is up to, yeah, up to 2 target creatures. The opponent, by the way, was stuck at 5 lands for quite a bit, and it's kind of funny because they did discard a land for the compulsory research. Now that is what you want to do, because if you discard a land, you don't have to discard another card. But I bet in the end they maybe wanted to have access to this 6th mana too. Okay, so Prismari deck. Burying books, burying books. Pigment Storm. I'm thinking about the Resculpting here. That could be an okay response to Burying Books or a Pigment Storm, perhaps. Do I care about the Infuriate? Not against Burying Books. It's really bad, actually, against Pound Spells. So no, I'm not going to sideboard in the Infuriate. But how about something else? Is the Battleseer going to be bad? 3/4. If they have some tokens, 4/4 tokens I mean, but I don't know if they have them. Maybe it's okay. But Resculpt is at least interesting. Maybe I don't have to play the Befuddler against that deck. It doesn't seem to be that aggressive. Or maybe the 1/3 is bad. Okay, maybe the 1/3 is bad. It does work against the Historian, but not against the 3/2 Spirit. Let's not play the Adept. Let's have a Resculpt. 1 Resculpt. I guess I could have 2, but now I'll have the Befuddler here as a kind of trick. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. This can add the blue mana too, so it's not so bad. Although now I'm on the draw without access to a 2-drop. At least a 2-drop that can actually do something on turn 2. Okay, this is a double blue card. Well, if I draw one island, I can play this on turn 4. Who knows, maybe I can play it on turn 3 if I draw another island. I'm not gonna play the iteration here because I don't have a land drop to make it. Would just be a you know, draw a card from top 3 cards. It can be a better card. Okay, well, they might have a burying books, but so what? If they have a burying books for this thing, then they can use it. I don't care. I get rid of the burying books at least before this has gained any counters. And I don't mind the redraw for this thing. I did draw the lands I need. So next turn I will play the Oracles Hall of Oracles and play the Pledge Mates that way, because this can add the blue mana by paying an extra here. Okay, that's... there's really no reason to do anything else than this. I will play my instant and sorceries when I can actually give the counter with this thing. That is dead. They want to raise me. They could try. Yeah, they could attack me to 14 here. No blocks. And just trying to figure out. I'm actually, yeah, no reason to do anything else then. Just play a creature here. Okay, Mentor's Guidance. That is... Okay, doesn't get... Yeah, I need something else. Of Cleric Druid, yeah. I don't have any of that now. So, fairly easy expressive iteration here. Then I will give a counter to the effigy, and maybe it can connect when it's a 5/4. They might double block it though. I might use Resculpt. Well, first of all, let's just do this thing. So 1 in my hand. I don't think the spell satchel is now. It would be okay a little bit earlier, but I think I will just take the Snow Day in my hand. Spell satchel goes to my library, and I will have this island played now. So, I will give a counter to the Fuming Effigy. Now, if they go for a double block, I could Resculpt, but that doesn't seem great here at all. Well, what's the hurry? They might take the Pigment Storm. I don't actually care about it. I will just pass here now, because they will double block definitely here. I can make this a 6/5, and because I don't want to just trade with the Pledge Mates or the Pillar Drop Warden. And yeah, they could have a Burying Books, but the Burying Books will be useful against the Tome Shredder too. Okay, Ingenious Mastery. Okay, that is good. You got to draw 3 cards. Well, they will at least be tapped out now. I will eat the iteration here. Actually get to ping some damage too. And I could play the pub quiz. Well, given the amount of cards I have here that allow my Hall of Oracles to do its thing, that seems pretty safe to do. Okay, let's take the Fractal now. And, oh, Ruta and the Teach by example, so that's a lot of stuff. This only activates as a sorcery speed effect, so whatever I'm doing, I will do it pre-combat. Huh. It's not that amazing. I could make a 3-3 fractals. I want to make this a 6-5, that's for sure. Now... well, I can't just play the Mentor's Guidance without getting the value. But I could make a 3-3. I'm not gonna cast a big summoning anytime soon. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. A 3-3 summoning, that is it. Because I don't have the lands. You know, to make it any bigger anytime soon. I look at my hand, I'm not gonna be, you know, short on things to do. I think I should eat this one of these right away now that the effigy gets an additional ping effect. Okay, so they could do something like return the Pigment Storm and kill it, but who cares, then they won't have the Pillar Report and they won't have much mana either, so whatever. I do this now just so that they can't respond with some bounce or something. Now I got the search and one damage here, which could be relevant here, who knows. Hall of Oracles is, by the way, a very good card, if you did not know that. Now this, if they are gonna pass with 3 mana up, they are going to have a Burying Books for sure. Okay, so I do have access to Snow Day now. So, assuming they have a Burying Books, they get rid of the Fuming Effigy. Sadly, I drew an a tapped land, so I can't go Snow Day and Hall of Oracles, making the Fractal bigger. But I suppose they can't trade with it either. Oh, yes, they can. They have the Burying Books, or I'm assuming they have it. If they don't, I'm of course in a very good shape no matter what. Now this is tough because I would have wanted to have a Snow Day and counter added here. Okay. Let's do it. Let's make them scry here. What do they choose? Top. And I will... this is tough. The Shock with Teach by example, that could be very good. I think the Resculpt is the least useful card. I want to have my land drops here, but for sure I want to have them. So let's see what happens right now. I assume they're gonna Burying Books the effigy, trade with the 3-3. But they still take 4 here. And now my Shock is actually lethal here. With the Teach by example. I could even have Rutha, so I can root a copy with the Teach by example, and then I could deal 8, I think. But now they have only, yeah, that's actually, that is, let's see if I actually can do it. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. So, yeah, this is exactly, let's try, I just want to see, this should work. So, I will do it like this, Teach by example, copy, next spell. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Do it like this. Now the shock should be pretty lethal here. How many times do I get to copy it? Enough. I guess I could have copied the shock. Yeah, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I got only 3 shocks. Yeah, that's right, because I only copied the teach by example once, and then the shock gets copied twice. I got to do it anyway. I could have just played the teach by example. The opponent having that one land available wasn't going to save them anyway. Well, I have a spell satchel. I have a wizard with the guidance. If I draw any land, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. But I need a land here to get things going. Opponent did mulligan to 6 here, and they kept 6, okay. If I don't draw land, I have to loot. They had a priority up, so they could have a Lash of Malice, or they could have a... Professor's Warning. But if they have a Lash of Malice, I shouldn't play the Pledge Mage quite yet. But let's see if I can even find a third land at some point. Yeah, that's a bad one. Okay then. I kinda don't want to play the these things before I get to play the spell satchel. Can I afford here to waste time? This will draw me 2 cards now. I have a couple of wizards here. Although with this thing... so I'm not playing the guidance. I will play the satchel or the Pledge Mage here. This will just get killed, most likely. I could attack with this thing, but I will attack with it later, I guess. Sure, I don't think I have a good opportunity to try to get the counter on this thing. Oh, they actually did not. Wow. So does this mean they don't have... Does this mean they don't have a Lash of Malice? They would have used it when I'm tapped out. I'm gonna play the satchel now. It's a very inefficient use of mana, but I want the counters on this thing when I start casting my stuff. Well, I'm not going to attack. If they have a Lash of Malice, I just assumed they would have used it on this Pledge Mage anyway. So okay, they don't have. They have something for 1 black mana that is most likely a Professor's Warning in that case. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, my Magecraft stuff actually starts happening. Okay, subtraction will be good too. Anyway, Mentor's Guidance will give me counters. And but they really had it. Huh, that is so weird. Why didn't they use it when I mean, no, not that it matters, but I don't understand why wouldn't they use it when you know I'm tapped out. Is that gonna be useful? Probably not. Nah, too small. Am I gonna play that thing? I suppose with the masterpiece it's okay just to have something that adds mana. Sure, let's have it. And now I could attack, but then I can't block. So I'm not doing anything. And I won't be looting here. I don't need to. I don't want to use a counter from this thing in order to loot. Okay, so that will become a... well, I can do it like this. Because of the arcane subtraction I have. If they use 5 mana, that's fantastic. They might have the Professor's Warning though. Well, I don't care. I do this in response anyway, so that the doubling ability won't do anything here, because this will be a... well, I mean, so they did have both of them. That's actually funny. Still doesn't matter. Okay, how about start from scratch? Doesn't do anything. So fractal. So they used the Professor's Warning there. I got land, which is good. This into pub quiz. I can do it. And next turn I can play the masterpiece. I'll take the introduction. And Snow Day will be useful at some point, but not yet. I can play one land. This wants to discard one, but I have 2 lands here, so I can also just win with the stadium. That is a possibility. Anyway, let's play this thing. My spell satchel starts accumulating some counters too. It can draw a card if I pay 3 mana and remove 3 counters from it. I don't need cards yet though. So they have 9 lands, I think. No, that's not 9, that's 8 lands. Okay, so they need some life gain effects for that thing. I should start attacking, definitely. And then I can try to find a way to... win with the Snow Day, perhaps. But I will definitely attack with the 4/4. I will trade with the Amplimaster, that's no big deal. Infuse with Vitality. Okay, that gets counters on these things. Not much I can do about that though. That happens. But that was also the final card in their hand. So they had a bunch of tricks there. Now I could play my... let's see, I have 7 lands. I could play a 7/7 here. That's probably good enough, right? Yeah, that's gonna be a 7/7. That's gonna be good. So now I can block these Menace guys. They would have to draw something very good now. And that doesn't allow them to attack. The stadium can actually win the game here. That is a good card, by the way. Of course it is. But I think it's time to Snow Day now. Because that means I can attack with all these guys. I can tap their Amplimancer and the Pledge Mates. And I can trade with these guys. That's no big deal. Yes. I will tap their Amplimancer because that can actually be quite big. And also... Okay, I'll discard this. Like I said, I don't mind if they trade with the 3-3 here. Shock. Oh, I don't need it. So I can kill now the other researcher too. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. And these will stay tapped. I think I should... No, I will play one more land here. I'm not gonna loot here now. Okay, though they did draw two good cards back to back that even can block the 7/7. Wow. Wow, indeed. Okay, this costs 3 mana. I don't have that available. Oh, that can get me the Snow Day back. I suppose I will just I can win with the stadium though. Oh, if I attack with all, I win, right? Huh. That's correct. Because this deals 1 damage, it will... Yeah, I will win with the stadium. Oh, yeah, that's great. I'll do this pre-combat anyway. Okay, that is also going to be good, but this is... I get the style points for this, don't I? That will be 10 counters. That will be stadium victory. Okay, good. Unless the opponent concedes, but this is gonna get 2 counters now. Because 2 guys will go through and put a point counter. Then if it has 10 or more, the player that just got dealt damage loses the game. First and second. That's fun. Okay, so with a bloom, with big guys, with some life gain synergies, these kind of instant speed effects, I have to pay attention to that. Infuriate, Resculpt. I don't think the Adapt is gonna be great. I will have the Resculpt perhaps. Not sure though. Or the Infuriate. Maybe the Infuriate. Okay, let's try the Infuriate this time. And how about the Reject? It can counter Woe Eater, the Pledge Mage. Maybe I should actually consider it. A Reject. Maybe it's not the worst. Maybe it's not. Befuddler. Okay, fine. Let's cut all the 2 drops. This could be very bad, but I'll try the Reject on the draw. It can counter the 3-drop Blood Researcher, for instance, if I have it in my opening hand. Well, I do have it, and even with the mana, so that's actually nice. I'd rather have this in place of the Befuddler. I think this will be more useful. Opponent did mulligan to 6 again, they kept 6. My stadium could win again. Oh, they have. Well, now shock will be good too. So, but I will definitely counter the potential blood researcher, which they of course play pre-combat. So this is just fantastic. This is exactly how I wanted it to be. Now I can. Well, I could shock this, but there's no point doing it right now, right? I should just play the Tombstone and eat the reject. They could have a Lash of Malice. Maybe I should have eaten it right away. The reason I didn't is because they... Okay, doesn't matter. Because I wanted to prevent them from attacking. Because if they had nothing, they couldn't have attacked. Because this would have been a 3-3. Okay, so things are still fine. No land drop though. So I'm gonna have a Spectacle Mage. Now I could have this. Nah, I don't think so. This thing doesn't. This only adds colorless mana, so I can't. Okay, this will allow me to block the Eye Twitch at least. Not sure if that was the best play to make. Oh, Poet's Quill. Now I have the kill spell for that. I have a start from scratch in my sideboard, but that is very good. So they mulligan to 6, but they got pretty good. At least this pest summoning is not the most scary thing they could have. I can easily block those even if they equip them. But now I have to figure out if I just need to kill the Eye Twitch. Now this makes the Masterpiece cheaper. I can't keep on taking the damage from this flyer forever. But at the same time, I do want to get these things. I think I will take 4 here now and see what I draw. Okay, land is definitely good, because now I'm only 1 mana short from the Masterpiece, because this will, you know, add me a... Of course, add me a... it's 1 additional mana source, so I have 5 mana sources, and this makes the Masterpiece only a 6 mana spell. So am I going to... Yeah, it's gonna be the Stadium in the shock, because I can't... This requires a colored mana. Stadium, if I play this thing, it's only going to be... Yeah, it's not gonna allow casting of this Pledge Mage. So I think I will just do it like this, whatever. And attack 4. So I guess I should... Well, I will tap this for mana, just because it gets me the counter. Okay, they drew that. Okay, they drew nicely. They can use all their mana there now. Land. That was land. And a great land at that. Can't utilize it right now, but I will play the Masterpiece and then block the Eye Twitch, I think. Although the Poet's Quill with the Amplimaster is kind of nasty, it becomes a 6-6. But there's not much I can do about it. Now I could just play the Effigy and the 3-3, and then maybe if I draw a land on the next turn. That means I can play the Masterpiece and spread the counter somewhere. Maybe I should do that. So, yeah, I can do this. Okay, fine. This is just in case I draw a land. And I will attack with this just to give some counters to the Stadium here. I can take the 2 in the air still. The life actually doesn't even matter if I win with the Stadium. Okay, I did draw the land. So that allows me to use the Spectacle Mage as a blocker on this eye twitch. That's what I should do here. I can attack with the Fuming Effigy here though. This can be a 4/4. Yeah, I will attack with the Fuming Effigy. And trade with the Amplimancer if they so choose. This gets me a counter on the stadium. So it's nice. And then I will tap all this. Make the tokens happen. And then Spectacle Mage will be getting the counter now. How do they scry here? Top. Okay, that's not necessarily what I want to see, but it could be just a creature. It doesn't mean it's like the best top deck ever. But it could be, of course. And they... okay. Well, that's very disappointing, of course. Because if that is something I can infuse with Vitality, they get to kill my Spectacle Mage and they will get to trigger their Learn, and they will get this eye twitch back. So this is super annoying now. Is it gonna be the infuse with Vitality? That is the trick I saw in the previous game. I mean, they're not gonna attack just for fun here. I could take 2 more damage here. It's not impossible. Okay, I'm not gonna block it now. I wanna see if they play something here. Set. Okay, wow. So they literally just wanted to get a lesson. Okay then. That's what they did. Well, I can't attack with a lot of guys because this has menace. Yeah, I definitely wanted to block it now. So they wanted to just get the... They have some good lesson that they're gonna use here. That's the reason. But anyway, can't help much here now. I will attack with the effigy and maybe with one of the 4/4s. This has menace, but I'm at 6. Whatever, let's do it like this. See what they do. I will still try to win with the stadium here, of course. Well, I suppose I could win with damage, but that's gonna be hard. Let's hope they don't top deck anything too amazing. Okay, yeah, you got it now. What is that card they wanna have? Expanded anatomy on the witch. Oh, the Amplimancer. But I have blockers for that thing. Them gaining life is actually, funnily, not relevant here. Oh, and look at this. Wow. What a draw. Okay, that was an insane draw. So let's just do it now. They don't have... oh yeah, that draw was so good. So now they in fact have to block 2 of these guys. Oh wow. If 4 connects, they will lose. So they will need to block 2. Well, they have 2 blockers in here. I will give it a counter here to someone. Probably the mage, right? Now I do have to be careful here. I don't want to lose because this thing has many. If I block with, if I attack with all, they will block with the 1/1s, and they will, this will go to 9 in that case. And then they can equip this, they can find something that deals 2 additional damage somehow. Of course, if they don't, they will lose on the previous turn, because they won't have any of these. I did see a Professor's Warning, but that is only one. This will be a 4 power creature with this thing. If they find a Professor's Warning, that's not enough. They would have to find... Okay, they could find a Lash of Malice, and they have this cry. So can I afford to play very safe in here? I think I can, actually. I think I can. I will leave 2 blockers in here. Because this, either way, this is gonna be very easy to win with the stadium on the next turn anyway. They didn't go for the upkeep scry. Now Lash of Malice won't be enough. Mage Duel is good, but... if they don't attack, they will lose to the stadium. Okay, yeah. So they will... Wow, this is... And look at this, they gain so much life here, it doesn't even matter now. That is so funny. Guess I'm gonna scry here, just because why not? So... I will just attack. Oh, this can't attack unless I have this thing. Wow. So, let's do it. They will block only... Yeah, they don't have enough blockers for everything. Might even do this, because why not? Another stadium win. That's so great. Opponent at 24. Well, okay, they're gonna take like... Well, they can block so that they take 4, they will be at 20, and the stadium will win anyway. Both games in this match I won with the stadium. Although I suppose the first game I might have won even without the stadium. But this definitely would have been a completely different story if the stadium wasn't here. I guess with the snow day though, it would have been a pretty strong... I would have had somewhat easy time maybe to deal the lethal damage here. But I don't have to worry about it now. So whatever they do, they have only... Yeah, none of these can block more than 1 creature, so one of these will connect, and it will be the 10th counter here. So in this case, it's very important to use the stadium. If nothing else, just tap it for nothing, because like I said, you can't get the 10th counter and win by the tap ability. The win only happens when you deal damage, and in that case, it will, after dealing that damage, it will have to have the 10 counters. So if I first attack and then use this, yeah, this would be a 10 counters, but I wouldn't win in that case. Now I will. Let's see if the opponent has something. Well, there's not really, there's no abilities or anything. They just have nothing here, so maybe they're just trying to figure out if they, I don't know what can they figure out, because there's not really any decision they can make. They can choose which to block, but doesn't matter here. This is it. Well, I guess if this is gonna take one more time out, I will say one thing. The dungeons from the next set have been spoiled now, and I'm very interested in them. It seems like an interesting mechanic. There are three of those dungeons. You should. It's takes too long to explain them, so you should check out the Forgotten Realms Adventures in the Forgotten Realms Mechanics article that was posted on magicthegathering.com. That's a very interesting mechanic. But yeah, I think that all the 3 dungeons are quite interesting in limited play, and I very much look forward to playing with the dungeons, and of course with the set in general. But we haven't really seen a lot of the cards yet by the time I'm recording this, but the dungeons were revealed, and that is interesting mechanic. Okay, so this deck that I set is a train break. At least went to 2 wins. Let's see if I can get a third one. But 2 wins is already quite good because this doesn't seem that great. Oh, but well, I have the one very good rare, the Hall of the Oracles at least. Well, this is a one-lander. I'm on the draw, but it's a mulligan for sure. Okay, that's not. Huh. I think the Fuming Effigy is the worst here because the Masterpiece can be cast. I have 4 mana sources. Yeah, with the Stadium, the Masterpiece will be okay, and the Fuming Effigy isn't really that fantastic, and I don't have the red mana for it either. Well, now I do, but I'm happy to draw lands when I have the Masterpiece in my hand. Another Prismari deck. Round 1 was again also against that, although we see now maybe they fetch a land that produces some other color. Okay, that's a green. Okay, so that's actually not a bad curve I have here. I have a 3/3 blocker for the 2 power 2 drop, and then I can play the Stadium, which actually is quite nice with the defensive creature here. And then for turn 4 I can play the Battleseer. And maybe a turn 6 I can play the Masterpiece. I just need to either draw or scry into something that I can do on turn 5. But now the opponent had a pretty decent solution to that. Now I'm not gonna tap for mana now because they will attack and this would lose a counter, but I can do this on at the end of their turn, so I will have the 1 extra counter here. Let's see if they, by the way, they got a Spirit Summoning when they have an island, mountain and a forest. So do they get another red source anytime soon? We'll see. Rutha is of course going to be a problem, so I might just lose here. Okay, they had no land. Hall of Oracles will be good, of course, but I won't show it to them yet. Let's see if they have more removal, if they could have a heated debate, for example. Well, at least I will be getting a scry out of this thing. Okay, a 4th color? Wow. What is... Okay, that's a lot of colors. Okay, shock is good, but I'm not sure I should... yeah, with the Hall of Oracles, I'm going to use the shock right away. So let's do it like this. And because this only works, you know, activate only as a sorcery, so I can't use the shock on their turn and then get value out of the hall here. I could attack, but then they can attack back with 2. But they could have removal on this thing, but if I don't attack I will get the scry, although next turn I will most likely just... Well, I don't know, I'm not gonna win them with damage, it's more likely that actually I'm going to win with the Stadium here, so let's not attack, even though I have this 4/5 now. They can get 2 of these if they have a land drop. Well, that's not the kind of land drop that allows that, but I don't even care about double 3/2s. But if they find any removal on the Battleseer, but I guess I'm gonna have 2 4/4s very quickly coming up. Okay, they just play that. They are not gonna copy it. Makes sense. Makes sense. So let's get that thing and then scry I don't need double red. And even if I find something like a pigment storm, I can make another red with the Hall of Oracles. Did I scry to bottom? Yes, I did. Okay, so now I could wait one more turn to get the counter out of this, but the counter won't be that useful now. I'm just gonna do it like this. How about attacks now? Now they can double block with a 3-2 and a 2-1. I'm not gonna lose my scry thing, so I will just play this. And keep on scrying here. Let's see how good copies they're gonna get with the Rutha here. Well, they need to do something with to the stadium at some point. Okay, pop quiz. Sure. More lads. It's fine though. Yeah, I don't need to kill the campus guide. I'll take a big fractal instead. And who is going to get a counter? This guy. And I think if I attack with the 5-5, they can double block. And they can have all kind of tricks. Let's see, let's first of all see if I can even attack. They could have a snow day, for example. I will attack with the 4-4 and see what happens. I take the double block. I take trade with the Rutha, and I will take a trade with the if they have a burying books. Although if they have a burying books, they can that would be because they can cast it for 3 and then copy it. Yeah, I lose both of my tokens now. But I guess it's still a 1-for-1, and I had to get rid of the burying books anyway. And I still have the fractal up. And I have a blocker up. So this could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been worse. Yeah, I guess I didn't need to use the Hall of Oracles pre-combat when I was going to only attack with the 4-4. Yeah, so this could be a 5-6 now. But I don't think it matters a lot here. Okay, so they are gonna... that could be like an enthusiastic study. That could be a +3/+3. Now that would be bad actually. Yeah, let's take the damage. I lose a counter from the stadium, but I just don't wanna... I will see what they do when I have the fractal token here. I will have to kind of make them use their cards. I'm not winning this anytime soon here. I don't know what the green is for. So far I have seen red/white, blue, and colorless. So basically all the cards I have seen them play are castable with blue and red mana. They still have plains and a forest here. Okay, that's a lot of lands on top of my deck. On bottom. Oh, what the? Look at this. All these have been scryed to bottom and I still keep on drawing this. It's not so bad when I have the fractal and Hall of Oracles here. So I can make a fractal that is... Yeah, basically I can make one... I can make a 6-6 fractal and this make this a 5-6. I think I'll do that. And now if they attack with a 3-2, yeah, I'm gonna block it with the fractal. Oh, they still... Oh, this is actually scary. They got the... But they had the bread sauce here anyway. They just wanted to draw land. They needed a 7th mana. I hope it's not the 5 damage thing. Although I suppose my guys get... Yeah, they're gonna have to... So... Whatever. They can... If that is enthusiastic study, they can copy it with the router. That could be bad. I could have double blocked, but I don't know if that is really beneficial at all. Don't be an enthusiastic study. Okay, electrolyze. Well, that's not nice either when they get to copy it and draw 2 cards now. Yeah, that was good for them. That was good for them. I need to start drawing some, other things than lands here. And they still don't have mana. Are they really having 4 spells? Or did they play? Oh, come more lands, come on. And that's fine because I got to scry that. Okay, now this is good. So there are 4 lands on the bottom of my deck. So 5, 10, 13. So in the top 20 cards here, I have actually only 4 lands left. Wow. Anyway, let's do this thing. Don't counter it. Okay, so now this is good. I'll take Mentor's Guidance in my hand. Adept goes to my library and Ruta goes to exile. I will play a Ruta here for sure. And I can... How much value do I need? Shaman and Shaman. Okay, this will get copied. Do I want to copy it 1 additional time? Then I don't get the whole of Ruggles counter at all. That is interesting actually. I don't have to copy it though. I think this is what I do. It's kind of like so I'm gonna just not copy it with the rule. Well, I guess I can draw 1 card first. The Fuddler, is that doing anything? I don't think that does anything. And then, okay, that's a good one. That is a really good one. Won't be able to cast it though. I could return. I mean, no, not return. Copy. Not sure if I want to though. Now I'm gonna just resolve this thing. Bye land. So now there's not a lot of lands. Oh, definitely not a lot of lands now. I'll give the counter on the Seer here. Should I attack? If they kill this, they can attack for 4. Yeah, I'm gonna attack now. It will give me another counter on the stadium. And if they kill the Ruta, well, then they kill it. I go to 9, this goes to 5 counters. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in the bottom here, 6 in my hand, 9, 10, 15. Yeah, there are 2 lands in my bottom. How many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Top 12 cards have only 2 lands now. There's also the Satchel, by the way, which is kind of almost worse than a land now. If they attack, I'm going to block because there's nothing to copy with the Ruta. I have some cards I can copy, but I will just want to make them... Okay, they do that. They get to learn something, but this goes indeed to... Oh, well, that's doesn't matter anymore. They get to kill it. So I need to win with damage instead. So that's what I'm gonna do. Not ideal, actually. Well, do I need this to block? I will go to 5. I guess I'm gonna just attack for 6. It's too much damage to ignore here. They also kinda have to maybe kill the stadium, although they don't have to do it now. Okay, that gains them life. But yeah, this is a 6-7 here. Also have a flyer here. But this will gain them 1. If they cast the start from scratch, they will get to gain a life here. I'm just wondering if I should block the one of the campus guides with the pledge mages if they're gonna attack with them. If they attack with both, I mean. If they attack with only one, I think I will take the 2. But if they attack with both, it's a bit different question then. Okay, they attack with neither. Oh, that was a very good one. I'm not sure though. I guess I will trickster the pledge mage here and make them, jump block. I think I'm kind of tempted to actually just attack with the pledge mage too. If I draw a trigger for this, that means I will have a Hall of Oracles also happening, and I can boost my flyers, so that's gonna be great. So I will do it like this. They still have the 6-7 to deal with, and a couple of flyers, and this won't untap now. And now, because they traded with the pledge mates, they don't have the 2-1 jump blocker anymore, but they do have a good jump blocker in that thing though. It will also create a, well, no, now do they have a plant here? No, they did it. Okay, so this thing is of course a fantastic draw here. Let's do it pre-combat, because I obviously want to use the Hall of Oracles here. And I guess I'll keep the counter to the Trickster here. And I'll just attack with all of these guys. Now that they don't have 5 mana available, they can't exile this thing end of turn. So I will see what happens now. Just don't have anything like a crackle with power there. Let's see the deck. So that's like blue and red, and then there is a Rise of Extus. There's a Witherbloom Pledge Mates, which is kind of the green card. They don't have any swamps. So that's a ton of colors for cards that aren't really. I mean, this is a very tough to splash with. It's a double caster. The Witherbloom Pledge Mates, why would they play this in a deck that's basically red and blue? That is a double caster too. But maybe their draft went just, in a weird direction, and they don't have enough playables for, 2 colors. At least they do have a bunch of fixing there. Now, what does all this mean for me? What kind of interaction they have? The Inspiration, Electrolyze, Burying Books. I can counter these with them, unless the Electrolyze targets 2 things, that is. I can counter these with the Resculpt. I think I will take the Resculpt, and because of the Electrolyze, I will not play the Befuddler here. Do I want to play something else though? Is the reject going to be good? I don't think I need the adapt here. I think I will play the reject here instead. Okay. Infuriate. I don't think I need that. Let's play with this. Okay, I have the shock here. Iteration for turn 3. I'll play the mountain here now. I'm not gonna play this on turn 2 anyway. Okay, Rutha. That is good. No campus guide. But they have 3 colors already. No Rutha either. Okay, I can do this. Warden. Oh, that's going to be very decent, although not so great with the Rutha because this will most likely get returned to my hand at some point. Now I could attack and copy the shock. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I can try it. So I guess I'm just playing the iteration on this turn. I don't think I'm gonna copy it anytime soon. Maybe I'll find a land drop or something. I don't actually care about giving the Rutha a counter here, because I will be returning it for sure. Okay, reject. I can't cast it, so I will put Pigment Storm to my hand, reject to my library, and this goes to exile, and I will play this. And it's no big deal that I missed the Hall of Oracles. Like I said, this won't be a 2-5 for long. I'm not shocking this thing. So here, I still don't have a creature here. That actually is a bit annoying, because the Hall of Oracles would be great in giving counters to someone. Huh. Well, I guess it's gonna be a pub quiz and get like a fractal, but even that's gonna be only a 4/4, not very good against this thing. So I'm not going to cast a fractal anytime soon. I could play the Mentor's Guidance. It will get copied because this one is a shaman. I would have to discard to hand size. Okay, fine. I will use the pub quiz and have the shock up and all my instant speed stuff up. Campus Guide. Okay, you get a land on top of your deck with that thing. And I could copy the pub quiz. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I would just discard to hand size. I don't want to do that. Yep. Still no creature. This is awkward. It's very awkward actually. Should I kill the Pillar Drop Warning while I'm at it? I think I'm actually doing it. Let's do it. Or let's try. Then I will use the Hall of Oracles. Because there's not much else to do. I could play a mountain, leave a shock up, but nah. Might as well do this thing. At least what it does, it means if they draw a heated debate, this will survive. I didn't see a heated debate from their deck, but... Okay, so... No blocks now that I don't have the Arcane Subtraction up. The Electrolyze wouldn't have done the trick here, but they have something else there for sure. Could be just a mass removal effect, although not with those colors, not when they don't have anything to exile in the graveyard for a Draconic Intervention. Okay, so they have a shock to pair it with. Sure. If they use those two cards, it's fine. Or a Reaper Parts, okay. And I have the Masterpiece here. Finally. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, 2 4/4s, that's good enough. I will give them counters anyway. Look at my hand. It has 4 things that allow me to use the Hall of Oracles, and this can only be used once per turn. Let's see. What do I want to do? I guess I can play it safe and just attack with 1. Have the shock up, have the Arcane Subtraction up, all that. They could have a Burying Books here. Not much to do about that, although they might want to bury the Fractal Summoning away. That's fine. Oh, is that gonna be an Electrolyze? It could be, of course. Well... That would be a 5/5 fractal, and then I can make this thing a 5/5. Sure. So that was the Electrolyze. I still have a couple of 5/5s in here and the Hall of Oracles here. Doing things. This thing enters tapped, so I don't have to worry about that. They can go for a double block, and I have a couple of different things that help me deal with that situation. Although I'm kind of... Yeah, they can just have a Burying Books and get rid of one of these things. I guess I do want to draw more creatures now. This won't get... okay, they have that. This won't, get copied with my current stuff. Alright then. Let's see what happens. Guess I'll have to just do this thing without the copied. That's not necessary. Okay, that is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Okay. But if they have burying books on this thing, that will be very annoying. They would have actually 13 damage here. I think I would lose the burying books right now. I need to deal with that stuff. So they still want to... Maybe they have the with a Bloom Pledge Mage or something. They did that in the main phase. Okay. Do I want to use Teach by example Shock for something now? It's very unlikely that I want to do it. I can just scry here actually, that's a better idea. That is a good blocker, but doesn't do a whole lot against these elementals. I need... We can give it a counter though, but it still is so that I will want to have something like a Snow Day. Or that. Now that is a good one. Definitely play it right away if I'm gonna use all my stuff in here. Yeah, now they couldn't take the damage here, because Shock Teach by example is lethal. That's what I want to happen. Okay, this is very good now. This is extremely good if they're gonna make the blocks like that. Both of my creatures will survive here. Okay, so with the Teach by example, this should be very good. I'm gonna shock away this thing. I'm gonna... Yeah. I don't even need to use the Teach by example, but I probably still will. This will... Yeah, that's okay, and this is okay. So I can get rid of this. So I will shock this and this. I will use the Arcane Subtraction here. Start from scratch. Now I'll take the introduction. And now they basically have a... Yeah, look at their board. Not so great now. And I will give a counter to this thing. I have 3 6/6s against 2 unknown cards, a forest. And the one card is probably the With a Bloom Pledge Mage. A weird splash on them in a blue-red deck. It's a double caster. And I even did that. Okay, anyway, I will first do this. Both of these are quite good. Let's see if I have 1, 2, 3, 6 mana. I want to use the Hall of Oracles most likely. I want to play this. It doesn't actually matter. I will take the Hasty guy for example, but unless I do have a lethal. Do I have a lethal? I can cast both of these. Tap this thing. Hasty guy, right? It is lethal unless they have a burying books. Yeah, let's try it anyway. This is lethal. If they don't have anything. If they have burying books, I'm not gonna lose to that, so I'm gonna just have a lethal on the next turn. Yeah. Unless they now have a mass removal of some kind. Well, they didn't. Okay, so I did go to 3 wins with the deck. And it was fun to win with the Strixhaven Stadium the entire match actually, because both of the games where I won with this thing, I won both the games in the match with this. The spell satchel, I didn't get to draw it a lot. I think I had it like in one game where it had multiple counters. I never got to draw a card with it, but that was because I had so many stuff to do in my hand anyway. But I guess in this kind of deck, with 10 triggers plus the lessons, it might still be a decent card. Nothing too crazy good. I just wanted to test it. I don't think I'm gonna pick this very high or put it in my deck in continue in my last few remaining Strixhaven drafts, but at least I got to use it a bit. And yeah, Hall of Oracles, this is an insanely good card. Just getting free counters here and there, it's so great. Yep. Alright, well, 3 wins, pretty nice. I even got to, a bunch of extra gems from the rares I picked, quite a few in this draft, and I still got to 3 wins, so that's the best possible outcome. The next draft, I think I will try this traditional chromatic cube. I have kind of glimpsed through the card list. I'm not a big fan of a cube in general, and this is something like I don't know, it's supposed to be like multicolor high mana cost cards. I'm not sure if it's gonna be even that fun. Probably it's gonna be somewhat fun, but is it gonna be that interesting? I will maybe have like 1 or 2 of those coming up in my channel, combined with the Strixhaven traditional drafts. I'm not sure if I can maintain an upload per day frequency until the next set, which is actually coming in just over a week, because like I said in the beginning, I'm a bit busy in this month, so I won't have that much time to play games. But even if my upload frequency will be slightly lower for the rest of the Strixhaven set, it will become a daily upload for sure when the next set releases. Anyway, next draft will be a chromatic cube traditional version and a few Strixhaven traditionals after that, and soon we will have the adventures in the Forgotten Realms up. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.